What is up, YouTube? It is Cameron here for Gambas TV, back at you with another college vlog. Tonight I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be making only my second meal here at college, but I got some cookbooks before I left. This one is called the Hungry Student Cookbook, and I'm going to be trying doing different recipes, try and do, you know, as many of the recipes from this book as I can throughout the year. Hopefully it will allow me to save money on my college food life instead of making me spend ridiculous amounts buying all sorts of different ingredients. But anyway, tonight I'm going to try doing one of the recipes in this book that really caught my eye. It's called Kedgeree. I think it's an Indian recipe. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that tonight, and I've never cooked anything like this before. I'm very, very, very low skill when it comes to cooking, but I want to, you know, start off strong. I made pasta the other night, but that doesn't really count as like cooking because I didn't really follow a recipe. This is the first recipe I'm doing on my own, so looking forward to this. Going to go to the shop now to get all the extra ingredients that I need, and then cook this later, and hopefully it turns out pretty well, and I can learn some skills to boost my cuisine when I'm here at college. Stay tuned. And I forgot to get one of those onions, get some layers, pick a really nice one out. There we go, top quality onion. Only got one portion of the fish, so hopefully that's enough, but then besides that, now it's just the curry powder, so we're going to have a look for that. Curry powder acquired. Alright guys, so I forgot one of the most important ingredients for the dish, which is basmati rice. I have brown rice. I'm too lazy to go back to the shop, so I'm just going to make do with that and see how it is. But I don't expect it to be perfect. Anyway, we will see what the dish is like with my adjustment, which probably destroys the entire meaning of the dish and has many, you know, problematic connotations or whatever. But we're going to try it anyway and see how it turns out taste-wise. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. Never mind, I've got to go back into the room because I forgot my cookbook. This door is really annoying to open. You have to push all the way. Okay. There it is, the Hungry Student Cookbook. Now, ready to go. I was trying to do a cool shot there where I showed the door closing again, but now I'm going to have to just... Okay, there it is. Okay lads, so here is my setup. Got a bunch of pans ready. I think the first thing I have to do is make a couple hard-boiled eggs for the dish. So let's get to that first. Alright, so I've got some eggs. I've actually never made a hard-boiled egg, so I'm going to have to look up kind of a guide to do that, and do that now. I know how sad that is, but got to learn all these new skills in college, eh? Alright, opening the eggs. Putting them in the saucepan. And cover the eggs by 1 centimetre, so let's see when that gets to the... Yeah, that's about right. I need to learn some better skills so I don't waste as much water. Hate wasting water because, you know, the environment and all that, right guys? Okay. Turn on the McGee. And... right. Alright, it's on, so now I just have to wait for the water to get to boiling point. So yeah, it's reached the boiling point now, so I just turn it down to a simmer. So we're going to leave that to boil for 7 or so minutes. So now I'm going to run cold water over the eggs for a little while. Alright, now just letting them chill in cold water for a few minutes. Let's see if they're supposed to be good to handle. I think if you do this, it prevents them from getting that weird ring in the middle that some really bad hard-boiled eggs have. Okay, so the eggs have been cooled, and now I'm going to peel them over a hard surface. Hopefully I left them in enough time and followed the instructions 100% correctly. We'll see what this looks like anyway. So I kind of destroyed the eggs in the process of peeling them, but it's fine because for the purpose of the recipe, it only has to be in kind of like little, you know, chunks, so it's going to be cut up anyway. But yeah, so that is the result of me trying to peel the eggs. The first one was okay, the second one went a bit poorly, but I'm learning. It's one skill at a time, eh guys? Okay, so now let's start the first step of the recipe, which is to put the haddock in a small saucepan with the milk and bay leaf. Simmer for 3 minutes or until just cooked, and remove the fish, reserving the milk. It's okay. I'll use this saucepan again that I just used for the eggs, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so when I got the fish, I didn't realise they didn't have any smoked haddock, so I got actual haddock, and I had to take the skin off and the scales off because I didn't want that on there. And of course, never doing that before, I just kind of like cut it up with a knife and ripped it all off. So it's kind of a mess right now. Hopefully it will cook relatively the same way. But yeah. And now I'm going to put the milk in and actually try and cook this thing. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've got to put it, it's 200 milliliters in the recipe, but I'm not doing quite as much as the recipe requires. So this milk that I have is 1 litre, so that's a fifth of that. I'll put in like a little bit. I'm going to try that, see if that's enough. And I've got to put in a bay leaf as well, which I'll get in just a second. Got to use up this milk as well, because it runs out soon. I haven't used any of it yet. It's pretty much for this and the Weet-Bix that I have the milk in the first place. Alright, so I acquired the bay leaves. Let's get one of these out. I've never actually used these before, or don't even know what the hell it actually is. Do I just... I'm going to have to put the camera down, see if I can rest it. There. Oop. Don't know if you can see me, but let's take one. Try again. Okay, the camera's stable now. Let's try and take one of these out. That, I guess, is a bay leaf. It's not a lot in there. I'm going to get the other little bit that came. Let's see. That close enough to matches. That might have been the part that fell off-ish. Put it in with the fish. Stir it for the... I don't know when I'm supposed to stir, so I'm just going to leave it for now, because it doesn't say in the book to stir, and you're going to do the cooking by the book, right? That's what Lazy Town says. I'm actually starting to feel a bit woozy right now. I don't know if it's anything to do with my cooking, because I haven't eaten anything yet that I've cooked. But I have been washing my hands between each step, just in case, and also I don't want to get any food on my phone, but we will see anyway. Okay, so this is a few minutes after the last video, but I can't believe how silly I've just been. I turned on the wrong hob, so now I have to do it all over again. Well, not really, but I have to turn on the right part of the oven and wait for it to cook, but I turned on the wrong thing. So now I'm going to wait for the real 3 minutes for this thing to start cooking. And I forgot that the onion needs to be chopped, so I'm going to do that now while I'm waiting for the fish to cook. And, well, kind of in between, back and forth anyway. Okay, so the recipe asked for a small onion, but I got a big onion. It was only 20 cents anyway. Just going to do the whole thing. I like onion. I'll eat the leftovers probably. Give it to someone else, we'll see. But yeah, just chop in an onion now. I need to get better equipment because I don't really have any actual knives. I just have a knife. So doing the best I can to chop the onion up just with that. Hopefully I won't like sneeze or anything. I'm not crying yet. Just chopping some onions now. Very haphazardly, but you know, for me right now it's just the flavour and getting all the steps technically done. And I think the fish is done now as well. Yeah, I think I probably left it on for a little bit too long, but you know, live and learn. Oh dear, that was not. It's a very, very strange smell. I think that's because of the milk. I used no fat, or even low fat milk anyway, and real food probably has the full fat stuff, but I'm trying to be healthy in college, so that's the deal with that anyway. Also, I'm not so sure if the bay leaf was supposed to cook, but it didn't. And it didn't say I was supposed to chop it either, so I just put it in there. I don't know. Now, me being the culinary comedian that I am, the fish was pretty much already flaked when I got it, so not much need to flake it anymore, but I'll, you know, just do it a little bit, make sure it's into nice little flaky pieces. Yeah, it seems to have cooked because it's going into really small pieces when I touch it without much effort. So I think that means it's pretty much correctly cooked. I do think I put the pan on for too long though, because the milk is burnt a little bit at the bottom. So I'm going to have some annoying washing up to do, I think, later. But this isn't too bad. I'll survive. Okay, so now just going to finish cutting up the onion here. Alright, the onion has been chopped up, so I'm going to put that in the pan with some oil now and start cooking. Alright, heat the oil in a frying pan and then wait for it to heat and then put the onion in. That's the next step. I tell you what, my dudes, I love frying me some onions. Gonna need only a 3-minute thing, so let's put this one over here and get this one here ready. I'll do the rest of this with both hands and then get back to you once the onions are fried. So as you can see, guys, I had a bit of a disaster opening up the rice. This is going to be really embarrassing if someone else comes back in, but yeah, I spilled rice absolutely everywhere and I don't know what to do. Do I stop cooking and clean up, or do I wait until the food is finished and then clean up after myself? I have no clue. Okay, thankfully the next step is boiling this for a further 12 minutes. So make up the reserve milk to 200 ml with water and pour it over the rice. Cover and cook for 12 minutes until the rice is cooked and fluffy. Add the remaining ingredients to the flaked haddock, stir and combine to serve. So I think I'm going to put a bit more water in there and then boil it for 12 minutes while I clean up the rest of this crap that I've put everywhere. Okay guys, so I've put the rice and everything in the pan to boil. Hopefully in 12 minutes when it's done, it'll be good. A guy came in while I was in the middle of cleaning up all the rice that's gone everywhere and kind of didn't really acknowledge what was going on, so I hope that everything will be okay, because I shook my head, I was like, ooh, when he gave me a thumbs up, so hopefully it's not a bad start to the year socially. Also, another disaster, I have to check my room to see if it's up there, but I didn't see it earlier. The laughing emoji mug that I have that featured in my last video, I used it for pre-drinks the other night before we went out to the club, and I don't think I brought it upstairs, and now I can't find it. So either someone took it or threw it away, or it's gone, or it's just been moved somewhere. I don't know. Hopefully I find it. If not, I'm going to need to go and get another mug, because I have nothing else to drink out of besides the water bottles that I've been surviving off the last few days. Another close shave. I was stupid enough to take the lid off, thinking that it was okay to do, and I should have followed the instructions and just left it on for the 12 minutes, but I also think I had the thing up too high, and then, you know, all of the water started bubbling out. So I'm just going to, I put it on a lower temperature on this one over here, and I'm just going to leave it on for a little while, and hopefully that'll be fine. Except, never mind, I'm just going to leave it in that one. Put it on a much lower temperature though, so hopefully it won't be, like, extreme. Yeah, that didn't work at all. Leaving it on this one over here on the left. I guess I put too much water on it? I don't know. Just leave it on low. This is much scarier than I thought cooking would be. Okay, so I'm leaving it on the bottom left one. Cook for a little while. Not happy with my performance over on this top right one. And when I made the pasta the other day, the water also came flying out as well. So I'm going to really need to get better at my boiling game, I suppose. But, you know, one step at a time, guys. It might just be the the kitchen, right? Sure. Another problem that I'm having is that the rice is supposed to be light and fluffy, but because I'm not using the right kind of rice, I don't actually know when it's done. I mean, it's not boiling right now. It's just kind of cooking because it's on a lower temperature, which I think is much safer than making it go extreme. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Leave it a few more minutes, and hopefully it'll be good then. Well, I just tasted it, and the rice is definitely not warm and soft and fluffy yet, so I'm gonna leave it in for a few more minutes. Alright, so while I've had the time, I've chopped up the eggs. That'll get something done while the rice is cooking in there. It's boiling a little bit, so I'm going to turn down the heat again. Okay, so right now I think things are going according to plan. It's been quite a few minutes, so I think I'm going to leave it for 2 more minutes and then see what it's like. Yeah, so 2 minutes didn't do much. The rice is still tasting weird, so I'm leaving it in a little bit longer. Okay, so it's been in there for more than enough time, but the rice isn't really fluffy, but I don't think this kind of rice is supposed to be. So I'm just going to put all the rest of the ingredients in and then see how it turns out. Okay, so I'm putting in the eggs. The fish. That's what it looks like right now. And then I just parsley, I think. The leaf is still in there. I'm not sure if the bay leaf is supposed to have dissolved or what, but okay. It certainly looks unlike any other food I've had, so that's something. Okay guys, so I think the dish is done now. This is the Kedgeree that I've made, and this is what it looks like. This is what the book looks like, so not the worst performance of all time. Let's try it now after I clean up and see what it's like. Alright, this is the meal in its final form. I'm going to quickly try that. I've already tried a few bites and it wasn't that good, but you know, cooking this Kedgeree from the cookbook, the Hungry Student Cookbook. Now, it's not a real review of this dish or this recipe because I don't think I made it 100% correctly, but the one that I had does not taste very good from my experience. Gotta get a few bite posts. Anyway guys, this has been Cameron with my first cooking video. Hopefully it'll stay my worst cooking video for a long time. The cooking I've just done was not the cleanest or the most successful, but I got food in a plate and I think it's all edible. So get me some energy for the rest of the night, and next time I cook, hopefully be much better. Thanks for watching. This has been Gambas TV. Stay tuned. Goodbye.